Okay, what's up, guys? Test Summit 22, Vinyl Motherfucking Junkies, and I'm just looking around to find the record I'm listening to right now. These freaking sleeves I got. These damn things. They're paper freaking thin. They're only $10 for 100, which isn't bad if you want to sleeve some shit. Oh, here it is. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's Generation X, Billy Idol. Really good. You know, I'd consider it punk, so sounds like punk to me. Anyway, the first record. Look at that. That's a Sun pressing, baby, from 1977, I think. And it's on the yellow Sun, which is pretty cool. Sleepy LaBeef! Sleepy LaBeef. What a fucking name, right? What a name. And all this stuff came in the record. All this weird shit, like an inner picture of him, little picture of the beef, then like this print-up from the Boston Phoenix, about LaBeef, and then this like little other thing that came with it, like a picture of the record, and like a freaking trophy, and like this little write-up thing about like it. It just looks, I don't know. Nothing here says that it's like autographed or anything, but it's just weird because it just seems so. And this is like a real picture here. This didn't come with the record. This is like something that was added to the record, you know? So I don't know if it was just somebody added that, but here's the record in any case. It's a Sun pressing 1004, and it's on Sun label, 1977 Rockabilly, and it's actually a pretty good record. I spun it once and it wasn't too bad. So that's the first thing I'm going to show you guys. Next thing, I'm going to get into some good new wave type stuff. We got Psychedelic Furs. This is just a single, I think. It's only got 3 songs on it. From I believe their earlier stuff. I really liked it. I thought it was a really cool picture of them. It was cheap, you know. I never knew the Furs were produced by Todd Rundgren. At least early Furs were, and just thought that was pretty cool too. So I picked that up. Kind of a Rundgren fan in a way. Next one, this is the biggest score, I think, of the... This might have been the biggest score of the month, to be honest. This is R.E.M. This is a fan-made live recording album. And what it is a live recording from the 90s, before they were big, of album Document and Green. Like songs off of that stuff, and then songs like that you might never have heard before and stuff, like before they were big. And it was pressed on vinyl, and I know it's pretty fucking rare because it's not on their Discogs, and to try to find information about it on the internet is a little iffy too. Like I found a couple of little things, and a lot of people just say it's super rare, and you know, basically if you're an R.E.M. fan, this is probably something you don't have, and any R.E.M. fan is going to want to get this in their collection, so it's something that, you know, somebody will pay for it what, you know, they feel it's worth. And I mean, it's in really good shape. There's a little damage down here at the bottom here, but the records are in super duper mint. It's a double LP, really fucking nice. I mean, it's in good shape for the $2 I paid for it, man. I mean, just a super cool freaking thing. And I'm not a huge R.E.M. fan, but I don't have any R.E.M. on vinyl, so it was nice to get that. You know, the first thing that I get from R.E.M. is probably one of their most rarest records that ever, you know. Probably their first recorded live record to be put on album. Next one, this is Angel City, Face to Face. This is a record I've been looking at in shops forever. I mean, I've seen this here, I've seen it there, I've seen it a bunch of different places. I've never picked it up, but I figured, you know what? Today's the day. You're coming home with me. Let's check it out. So I did. Probably won't get around to listening until about a month. I know I had picked this up about a month ago, and I'm just listening to it today, so I guess that's how things work sometimes. Sometimes there's just more important shit to listen to. But you pick it up just so that day comes, and you're like, you know what? It's time. Let's listen to that. Oh, there goes my light. Now you guys can't see my records. That's why I have it back there, so you guys can see kind of a backlit view of my records. This is all going to change very shortly. Joan, Jett, and the Blackhearts. God, I'm in love. You know, this is like my obsession here. Joan, Jett, and the Blackhearts, and there's There's a couple other things, but this being one of them. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, and Joan Jett in general, the Runaways, being a big obsession of mine right now. I'm really, really searching for Runaway stuff on vinyl, which is hard to find, but I'm looking for it, and I'm willing to pay for it. So, you know, I want to find it, but I want to find it at a half-decent price, too. But that's obviously, I love rock and roll, one of her, like, biggest albums. It's a good record, man. I really like the one song, I forget the name of it, man, but she, like, does this really punk rock type feeling song. It's just really, really good. This is another one I set out this week to find. This is Linda Ronstadt's Silk Purse, man. It's just so beautiful. I mean, she's such a gorgeous woman, and I mean, you know, if I could go back in time, to be completely honest, I would try to marry this woman. I really would. I mean, she's got the most gorgeous smile, and I know she got bigger in her older age. She gained some weight and stuff, and I've seen pictures, and she's still a nice looking woman. You know, everybody gets older. It's just the way it is. But man, she was a gorgeous one, man, when she was young. She really was. And she made some really good music too. Linda Ronstadt, Silk Purse, definitely one of her best records. One of the harder ones to find by her too. Next one, another great woman artist. This is Billie Holiday. This is in her later years, definitely. I mean, as you can tell, the photographer here did not know how to take pictures of people, and whoever did her makeup did a really bad job too. If you have this record, you know what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, it's Billie frickin' Holiday. Woman's voice is amazing. Her music is amazing. You know, blues. If you're looking for a woman blues singer, this is the pinnacle right here. You can't get much better than Billie Holiday. Got this one for like $2. It's a really good find. I love Billie. I can just throw her on anytime and just all the way through listen to her fantastic voice. This is a sealed copy of a band called the Poor Boys. Not really familiar with them. I do know that they're late 70s. I was going to do my little thing where I put postmarks in the back and give me a little information about these, so when I talk about them I don't look like an idiot. But I didn't do that yet because I didn't pick up Post-its. That will be coming in future videos, so you'll have a lot more information about the things I'm showing. I do look these up, but I tend to forget. You know, I mix up album and album, so I'm not really sure about this one. I'm going to go ahead and say something like hard rock, maybe alternative type stuff, possibly some prog, I don't know. I'm not going to go ahead and say new wave or anything like that because this is 1970. New wave, no. But I don't know. It looks cool and it's sealed, so I picked it up. I know it is worth a couple bucks. Not sealed, I think it warrants about a $15 bill. So sealed should be pretty good, and it's on Rare Earth, and Rare Earth is one of those labels that. Here's another sealed record. It's not sealed up in this corner because of the punch, so they have to remove it to punch it. But and it's nothing special. This is one I'm going to open and listen to. It's another Linda Ronstadt. It's Linda Ronstadt and the Stone Ponies. Not really familiar with the Stone Ponies. I do know Ronstadt, obviously, but just something cool to pick up. I want to get all Ronstadt stuff on record, so you know that's one I never seen before. So I figured I might as well pick it up now. This was a really good find. The Standells, Dirty Water. There was this guy on YouTube, Facebook, the Facebook page, and he was talking about this, you know, and I seen him show it, and I said, man, I just seen this the other day for $3. I was like, should I go pick it up? And he goes, hell yeah, you should go pick it up. Then I checked it up on the internet, and I found out, wow, that's kind of an expensive record. I think I should pick it up for $3. The vinyl is, you know, light scratched on the one side, but plays all the way through, nothing deep. Beautiful looking. I mean, it's not bad looking at all. It actually looks super beautiful after I gave it a clean. Like I said, just a couple light scratches on the one side, but plays through great. And I must say, I love the song Medication. First song on here, oh wow. Just what a killer track, man. I mean, I really wasn't too impressed with the rest of the record, to be completely honest. I didn't think it was as good as some people were saying it was, but I have only listened to it once, so, you know, let's let it grow on me. But Medication hit me right away. Definitely love that song. Definitely a cool, like, garage psych type song. Awesome, awesome song. Look it up. Look up this band. I'm not really sure if the Standells did too much after that, or if that was one of their more popular ones. This is In Excess. Another obsession. I'm on a big 80s kick, man. Everything 80s I see, I'm grabbing. I love the 80s records because they're always in good shape. I mean, it's almost like never you find a band. They're always in such pristine shape, and I just love the 80s sound, man. I just love it. I love that, you know, new wave, post-punk type stuff. I love it. So this is In Excess, The Swing. I have another NXS album, probably one of their more popular ones. I forget the title of it, but this is one of their, I'd say, less popular ones. I never really heard of this one. Another new wave post-punk type thing here. Not really sure how to label it, but the League, the Human League. Actually, Anthony Fantano, I think, showed this record out of his collection, and he said, well, it's not the one with Human on it, so I don't really care for it. I guess that's his favorite song. Now, I have never heard that song. I actually used to have that record, and I put it in a trade pile and got rid of it. I should have never got rid of it, because now I'm in the 80s phase, and I want to hear it, and I don't have it. So just remember, guys, when, one time you might be like, oh, I don't like this, I'll throw it in a trade pile, get rid of it. Sometimes down the road, it pays off to hold on to everything, because now I wish I had that, and I don't. Really cheap dollar pickup, Sammy Davis Jr. compilation, 2 discs. I mean, mint. Everything's mint on this. Beautiful. I don't have much Sammy stuff, and I figured, a good compilation of some of his best stuff. Why not? I'm a fan of the Rat Pack. Gotta be, You're into music, you gotta like the Rat Pack, man. Next one, this is another cheap find. Fat Larry's Band. Never really heard of that one, but pretty cool. Funk soul stuff, possibly. I'm not sure. This is one that kind of confused me. This is on the Gordy label, and Gordy label, is usually funk soul type stuff. It's a white girl. I mean, I'm not saying that white girls can't do funk and soul, but I'm just saying it's a little odd to see a white girl on the cover of a Gordy record. So it's Tina Marie, and I'm not really familiar with her. I know I've heard of her name, but I'm not familiar. It must be Magic. So I don't know, but I picked it up. It was really cheap. It was like a 50-cent find. That was a yard sale find, actually, a 50-cent yard sale find. Duran Duran's first album, first pressing too. Obviously, it's nothing that goes for any copious amounts of money or anything, but it was cool to add to the collection. I do have a couple Duran Durans. Never heard this one, so I definitely look forward to listening to it, especially being in my 80s new wave phase right now. That's probably going to be a pretty good record to listen to. Next one, Wasted by The Vices. Now, I think this is metal hard rock. I'm almost pretty sure it is. I have seen it in the heavy metal section at my store, but the thing about my shop is they put weird shit in the heavy metal section sometimes. Sometimes they have Rush. I personally don't think Rush is heavy metal at all, but they have them in the heavy metal section. And some other bands, I'm just not sure why they're in heavy metal, but they are. Anyway, Wasted, Vices, just like that cover. Doesn't that look like the guy from, what is it? Is it Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter? Doesn't that look like the guy from Harry fucking Potter? It really fucking does. Next one, this is Wang Chung. Points on the Curve. Another 80s, new wave, post-punk type stuff. I mean, I don't know. I'm not too big on the whole genre naming. I think, a lot of music could be labeled as something, but it also could be labeled as a ton of other things because, some bands play stuff from, reggae to jazz to funk to soul to blues and throw in a little country. I mean, but I'm pretty sure that's more or less like new wave. Anyway, BOC. This is actually a BOC record I didn't have, and I found it was only $1, so I picked it up. Definitely not. Well, the vinyl's in good shape. It's a little torn right there. It's very small, but I can't read the entire label, which sucks. But most of my BOC records aren't in great shape. Most of my BOC records came from yard sales and stuff. I don't care, man. As long as I can listen to it, I'm happy. Next one, another cheapy find. The Jay Giles Band, Love Stinks. I have a bunch of Jay Giles. I don't have this one, so I figured why not throw this one in the collection. Next one, another Linda Ronstadt. It's a gatefold, nothing special on the inside, but, or is there? No, it's the back that I like so much. Such a beautiful face. Look at those lips. Just amazing big brown eyes on her. I mean, she's just such a gorgeous woman. Next one, this is some, I forget, I think it's Canadian. I think it's a Canadian band, to be honest, or they did good in Canada or something, I forget. But it's called Bebop Deluxe Modern Music. Seems pretty cool, something interesting to pick up. And everything was pretty cheap, so I'm not complaining about none of this. This is a Survival Sampler Got this kid here with a cassette deck and all camoed out, 80s looking. This actually, I looked it up and it's actually worth a couple bucks. It's got Carmel, The Assembly, the Bluebells, China Crisis, The Church, Scritti, Politi, or whatever. Just like a compilation. Best of British and Australian new music. Commercially available only on cassette. Survival Samplers comes in a can. I don't know, but it just looked interesting, something cool to add to the 80s stuff. Next one, this is pretty cool. This is a sealed copy of UFOs Flying. It's sealed to the point where the vinyl has never been taken out, but this bottom part is all off because the seal must have popped because it was so tight, so it popped so it could breathe. But the actual plastic on the record was never ever removed, so the vinyl was never removed. So it's basically sealed, and this was another like $2 fine or something. Well, it was 3 for $10 at the one place, so I got this in one of the 3 for $10. So basically like $3 and a couple cents. And a lot of the stuff, like the Standells was one of those. The R.E.M. was one of those. So basically R.E.M., Standells, and a sealed copy of UFO for $10. Would you do it? I would. I did, actually. This is another one of those. This is a sealed copy of the London Choir Boys from 1990, A Bit of What You Fancy. This is a really cool looking record. These guys, you know, kind of like the Motley Crue type hard rock stuff. You know, Motley Crue, LA Guns looking type thing. But I'm not really too familiar with the London Choir Boys. But I know I have heard some of their tracks. Hey You, possibly. Whipping Boy, I'm not sure. I Don't Love You Anymore. I mean, they sound familiar, and I'm pretty sure once I throw them on, I'm going to be digging it. But I'm not sure I'm going to open this one because it is so nicely sealed. And it's got the sticker, and sometimes I like keeping stuff like that. And I could probably find this open for pretty cheap. Next one, this is just a blind kind of pickup from the same people, the 3 for $10 people. The Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. This was actually pressed in London. It's on a very obscure MFP label, Music for Pleasure Limited, made in England. It seems pretty cool. These guys look a little psychedelic, kind of proggy, I don't know, who knows, space type stuff. I Am the Urban Spaceman, the very best of Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. It's a full record. It's got a bunch of good tracks on it. The record, I think, was pressed in the 80s, but all the songs are from the 60s. So it's a band from the 60s. Let me go and quickly press play on this record. And grab a smoke. And finish talking to you guys, because I got a lot of other stuff here to show you too. I got some pretty cool shit here. I know some of you guys don't like smoking, and you know what? I don't smoke around my records a lot, but every now and then ain't gonna hurt them. You have to smoke around your records for years for them to really, really get a views from it. Anyway, Love and Rockets, Earth, Sun, and Moon. Another like a new wave type stuff here, and you know what? It looks really cool, and I never seen this record before until this weekend, and I've seen it 3 times this weekend at 3 different places. Never seen it before, but I've seen it, no, I think it was 2 times I've seen it, and I picked one of them up, man, because I figured it looks pretty cool. And this guy here looks like the guy from Information Society. Let me know, is it the guy from Information Society? He looks just like him, and I'm a big fan of Information Society. I've been looking for the album Think, or the single for Think, the song Think by Information Society. Man, I am looking for that so hardcore. I want to find it. It's hard to find. It's not easy to find, man. I can't find it anywhere. Anyway, next one. This is an album called Split Ends. This is also from, I think, the late 70s, early 80s, and I think it's almost misleading because it looks like it would be new wave, but I don't think it is. I forget exactly what I ended up finding out it was, but it's not. It's something else. Then again, maybe I'm getting that mixed up with something else. This one is a band called 3D, album self-titled. Another, 80s. This came out in 83 or 84 or 85 or... I don't know. I don't see the fucking date. I did, but I don't know. Anyway, another 80s type record. Something more to add to the collection. Like I said, I'm like in this big 80s swing phase, man. Like this, just digging everything from the 80s, man. And they always have. It's just you go through these phases when you're listening to music. What are you listening to? Well, I'm listening to a lot of fucking 80s, Next one, Fingerprints. This one's called Big Noir, or Beat Noir. And, it looks like Linda Ronstadt on the front. I don't think it is, but it looks like her. A great deal. Some noir-looking picture there. And I'm not really sure about this one. I know it came out in 81. I forget exactly what type of music it is, but it looks interesting, so I picked it up. Two more yet to go. This is a Show of Hands. Formerly Anthrax is the name of the record. And this is some, jazz infused type rock prog stuff. I don't fucking know. It is a gatefold. It's a pretty cool looking record. I figured I'd pick it up. It's in super good condition for a record that came out in 1970. I mean, it's like fucking mint. So I figured I'd pick it up and check it out, at least see what it's all about. So I grabbed that one. And last but not least with the records, but I do have something else to show. This is a little messed up here, but other than that, this is Deaf School, English Boys, Working Girls. Deaf School, English Boys, and I guess that's a Working Girl, so that makes sense. Deaf School, English Boys, Working Girl. I get it. Lady with the red dress on, I understand. Not sure what this is either. I know it's from the 80s though. 1978. A lot of late 70s stuff that looks like 80s stuff, but it's not. Picked up a lot of just different stuff. But then I was leaving the one place and I seen this box of what looked like sealed vinyl, and it all looked sealed, and I was just like, what the fuck is that? So I went over to the box, I'm looking, I'm like, wait, this isn't vinyl. Well, it isn't vinyl, but it looks like it. It was Laserdisc, and I was like, that's pretty cool, because I like Laserdisc, but I only collect certain things. Good comedy movies, horror movies, or sci-fi movies. And if I'm getting anything else, it's got to be something that's, either something from my childhood or something like that. Like, I'd get, like, a Karate Kid or something, maybe, or, like Dream a Little Dream, stuff like that, because those are movies that, like, I grew up on. So I'll show you what I got. I only got, like, I'm going to show you the best first. This is a sealed copy. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This is a special edition, too. Never been opened. It's in mint. I mean, look at that. Fucking mint condition. And it's one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. Right up there with Fire in the Sky. Next one is Jaws, and this is was sealed. I actually opened it. It was sealed. I opened it just to look and see how many discs were in it. And there's like 2 discs in this one. And it's Jaws 1 in like mint condition. And then there was Jaws 2, which is like, the 2 best Jaws movies. And this one is like a special edition. It has like 1, 2, 3, 4 discs in there. And it's such a cool thing to find these. Next one is National Lampoon's Animal House, which is a fucking classic. I mean, who hasn't grown up watching Animal House? I mean, what an amazing, funny movie. Belushi's in here, and who else is in this? A bunch of people are in here. There's a bunch of good actors are in this one, but Belushi being one of the best in this movie. I think he was like the main character. But Animal House is one of those movies. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you're young and you haven't, you didn't grow up in that era, or you didn't get to see it. I mean, it was a little bit before my time, but not enough that I didn't see it. You know what I mean? Next one, this is Star Wars. I mean, literally probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I mean, the first Star Wars movies were by far the best. The new ones I don't even consider a part of the Star Wars saga. But, this is one hell of a fucking of one to find. And these were only $1 a piece, man. I couldn't pass them up for $1 a piece. He had a lot of other ones, but nothing that I was really interested in. I'll just pull this one out just to show you. It's like a large DVD, But yeah, those are my finds, guys. Test-Dummy 22, Crate Junkies. Keep digging, man. You can always find some cool stuff. Sometimes, it might not be vinyl, but it's always something pretty cool. And you always find cool stuff out looking around. So keep on digging, man. And my next video will probably be coming sometime by the middle of this week. I'm not going to be doing too much shopping tonight. I got work, and I got some things coming in the mail. I got a lot of things I need to send out to some people. So I'm going to take a couple days off. Check out this video, go back in my back catalog, check out those videos. If you'd ever seen my other channel, Planet of the Geeks, go check that out. Maybe I'll leave some links below to some of that stuff. Check out the Facebook. My Crate Junkies Facebook is really cool. Always posting new music and stuff that I listen to. And if you want to keep up with what I'm listening to and what I'm spinning and what I'm picking up, also, the Vinyl Community Facebook is amazing. If you're not a part of the Vinyl Community Facebook, go check that out too. Just go and type in YouTube Vinyl Community in your Facebook search bar, and you should be able to find it pretty good. Tons of people. It's growing every day, and it's great to start discussions about music and talk about the vinyl and just music in general. So, like I said, man, keep digging, Crate Junkies, and I will see you next time. This is Crate Junkies episode 10. Next time we're coming with 11. Getting up there, guys. Getting up there. Peace!